Celebrate over 100 years of steak perfection during the Omaha Steaks Anniversary Sale. Save 50% site-wide on USDA certified tender steaks and more. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code CERTIFIED at omahasteaks.com today. Don't wait. Shop the anniversary sale at omahasteaks.com to save 50% on legendary steaks and more. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code CERTIFIED. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details.
Welcome to the local lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This is for the July 6th and 7th editions of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, as well as the Luling Newsboy. And I've got my co-host Michelle here with me. How are you, Michelle?
Good. The team's back together.
Yeah, back to normal for a while. Anyway, we are going to do a few things different. We are going to start off by reading a post that I shared on our group from Susie Oliveris, one of our members of the group. And Michelle's going to read that for you, and after we do that, we're going to do a rundown of all the newspapers, and when we get through with that, we will start talking about the sandwiches and the phone connection question that Michelle had up at the beginning of the week.
All right. Well, from Susie, she said she shared a post that said, "Attention parents. School is almost starting, and I want to ask you a favor. Sit down with your child for 5 minutes and explain that there is no reason to make fun of someone for being tall, short, chubby, skinny, black, white, brown, or for being in special ed classes. Explain to them that a used backpack carries the same dreams as a new one, and that there's nothing wrong with wearing the same shoes every day." Sorry, now I messed it up. Wearing the same shoes every day. Please teach them not to exclude anyone for being different or not having the same possibilities as another. Explain to them that teasing hurts and that school is for going to learn, not compete. You and I are worth the same. Education starts at home.
Got it?
Got it.
All right, Susie, thank you a whole lot for that. That is something that parents need to be aware of. You know, not all kids, but some kids can be mean. You agree with that, Michelle?
I do, and can I talk about something?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. So, last year, I think everyone remembers that Dallin Peshek competed in the Miss Texas teen pageant, and then she went on to the Miss USA teen. Well, one of the other contestants was Miss Delaware, who had Down syndrome, and I had just read a post on her Facebook page this week as the girl gave up her Miss Delaware crown, and she had a great year and all of that, but she said on every comment, like every post she made, there was a comment degrading the girl for having Down syndrome, or that she shouldn't have won, or calling her Fiona, which is a reference to the Shrek character, and all of those things. And it's just, to me, it's unbelievable that we can't celebrate people's joy and people's accomplishments, that we have to tear other people down. Like, it just makes me sick to my stomach.
You know, and I'll tell you what, and I didn't mean to interrupt
No, you're fine.
But a lot of those posts are not from kids.
No.
They're from adults, if you can call them adults. So I'll tell you what, and Michelle and I were talking to her about it a little earlier, about being a bully. I was a bully one time in my life in junior high, many, many, many years ago, and joined up with two other punk kids, you know, boys, and made fun of a girl because she was not really attractive, and because she was slow. I guess you would say slow. I don't know exactly the correct term. But there was nothing wrong with her. She was like every other creature that God makes. She was perfect in His eyes and should be in our eyes. But my mom and dad, once they found out, I tell you what, I wasn't able to sit down for about a week after Daddy got through with me. And I never, ever, ever did that again. But to this day, and I'll be 83 my next birthday.
Are you sure?
Well, I think.
Okay.
I still remember that girl, remember her name, and remember what I said. And I've carried that with me as a guilt trip all those years. And I wished I knew her where I could ask for her forgiveness. She probably don't even remember. But bullying is a terrible thing. And like Michelle said, and Susie, talking about people because they're different from you or this or that. And this country's already divided enough that we don't need that, especially in our local schools. We don't need that. And I'll tell you something else that was brought out to me one time is sports are very important. And I agree 100% because I played football and I know that sports are very important. But everybody doesn't play football, you know? And if you play soccer and you play in the band and you do all these other things, basketball, you're just as important as people that play football. So don't let anybody ever tell you you're not. So I kind of got that off my chest. Hey, you want to add anything before we go into the papers?
Not a whole lot. I think I've said most everything, but I will say that when I hear of someone being bullied, I do blame the parents because that's where kids learn it. So be careful as adults what you are saying around your kids or how you're expressing, and like what Susie wrote, like that you are telling them because they're learning. And I think all of bullying basically comes from low self-esteem in yourself. So it makes you feel better to put someone else down, but yet you really don't feel better. And in the end, we all make mistakes. So if you've done it, you know, try to ask for forgiveness from if the person's around or from God or from whoever, but don't repeat the mistake.
I think that's why my parents were so furious with me because I was not raised that way.
Right.
And anyway, they made sure.
I know one of the greatest things, when people say that my daughter is kind, that's one of the better accomplishments. I mean, you were just talking about sports. It's great when she has a great game or she does something great, but I feel way more proud when someone tells me she's kind.
We're going to go on then into the newspapers, and after we get through, now, y'all need to be sure and stay tuned for the great sandwich phenomenon, right?
That's right.
Okay, we're going to start off in Hallisville, and what you got, Michelle?
So I don't always get this way about the newspaper because, you know, everyone has the rights to their opinions and thoughts. But here's the thing. The theater is temporarily closed down. That is fact. They put it on their Facebook page. Jimmy is a great and amazing writer who does his research. And I was the one that asked him to look into this before we published it to make sure that we had some information. He had called even the Chamber of Commerce to try to get a contact, and the only number available was the theater number. And at the time that he called, it said that they were closed indefinitely. So that is what we put. However, even the headline says temporarily shuts down. So every week we put it on the Facebook page, our front page, and this week has got a lot of comments about that we didn't report this correctly. If there is misleading information ever in the paper, I will promise you that from, at least I can tell you, from Jimmy Apple is one of the main people that I know does all his research before he puts something in the paper.
You bet he does.
And we try to get the most accurate and up-to-date information there is out there. If you see it and you are part of that theater or part of whatever story that you find an inaccuracy in, please call us. We will write something else. Tell us the information that should be published. And we will take care of that because the people do want to know. The theater is a great historical place that many people enjoy going to, and that's why it was made main news. So, don't bully me on Facebook because it does hurt when you're doing your job.
Let me add a little something to that.
Okay.
People that are upset about an article or this or that, and like Michelle said, if we get it wrong, we will correct it. But you can always write a letter to the editor.
That is correct.
And we welcome those, and so if you're upset about something, and write a letter. I mean, don't use no ugly terminology or it won't get in.
That's
but,
right.
Yeah, you have that outlet for you, so be sure and take advantage of it.
But we do appreciate that so many people recognize that it was in the paper. And we're going to just move on from that.
You know what? The Hallettsville Tribune has quite a following on Facebook. It's not unusual at all actually, I'm the one that puts the pages on there. And it's not unusual at all to see 8,000-9,000 views right away. So your paper is very popular, and we're very proud of it, to be honest with you. And we try our best, and like Michelle said, Jimmy Apple's a good one, and he doesn't take anything for granted, and he tries to dig up all the facts. So good for Jimmy.
Yes, good job. And so Jimmy has lots of stories. He was a busy man this week. School starting, so a lot more on the big new thing that's maybe new to some schools, maybe not. But every school had to at least rewrite and look at their rule book on devices. And so I actually am not sure, and I wanted to read the frequently asked question article too, because Shiner said that nothing had changed on their device policy, which was that Patricia brings her cell phone to school, but it does not come out of her backpack at all during the day. It is powered off, all of that. But she did wear a smartwatch. But without it being powered, the phone being powered, your watch really isn't connected to internet or anything. So I don't know, because in this it kind of says you can't have any smart devices. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a new part of the rule that I don't know. So I'm not really sure if my own kid can wear a smartwatch. But I don't know what Hallettsville's policy was before, but please read that. You do not want your kid getting in trouble.
Right.
With a phone. I know that they're important. It does say, I know some parents are worried, well, how will they call me if they need me? I can tell you, we do still live in a world that there are regular phones as well.
Right.
And kids can use it. They are not totally unsafe. I know sometimes that it feels a little bit safer when you know that they are right at your fingertips. But I will tell you, I think this rule came into effect because parents abuse it too. You can't text your kid all day.
Right.
That doesn't work.
Don't all these schools too have different dress codes?
They do. And I was actually reading someone's, I think it was Luling's, is in their paper this week. And Luling can have nose rings and piercings.
Oh, really?
Where I know Shiner cannot. I don't know other schools. Some schools you can only wear a spirit shirt or polos of certain colors. Shiner does not have that dress code. We have a pretty lenient dress code. Biggest thing that they can't wear is their shorts have to be really long, and you can't wear leggings.
Aren't the Catholic schools, are their dress codes a lot different? Are they about the same?
I would say, I know St. Paul's is a red, I think gray's included, red, white, black, and gray polo shirt or a cardinal spirit shirt. And then they have a certain shirt on Fridays, church shirt. But, and that's, other than the church shirt, that's what I know, Flatonia ISD has, Yoakum ISD kind of has the same, that you can wear a blank t-shirt with no writing if it's not spirit. So, I think around here, the schools are pretty, the same.
All right.
And then Clayton did a story, and let me tell you, he made sure I got it at least 6 times. So read it. But he covered, which I always say it's a great program. We're very lucky around this area that our libraries do these programs and have something for kids to do during the summer, great learning opportunities. And of course, Chuck, because he's the boss around here.
Oh, yeah.
He told me that I put the picture in the headline, touching, and that's a big no-no. And I said, well, I tried to have the sloth coming out of the word sloth headline. It was intentional, you old man.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we have our own intentions when like Michelle and I, we paginate, we put pages together. And sometimes we do things intentionally. And we don't so much critique everybody else.
That's right.
But anyway, some of that, like Michelle said, is done on purpose. So just like centering headlines or leaving them flush to the left.
Yeah.
That's a paginator decision. So anyway, what else you got?
And I haven't decided really how I like it yet. So Chuck told me I have to center them.
No, you don't have to.
And I started listening to Chuck, but I sometimes don't like it, so I don't know.
Go look at the AP style book. You'll find out how it's supposed to be, you know. I center them occasionally, but that's personal preference when you're putting that paper together.
Chuck sure knows a lot, you know. Jots for Jim is in the paper, and if you haven't heard enough from Jimmy Apple, because he does write a lot, this is his own view, and we do like that. He tried not to step on Chuck Groff's toes, which, why would you try? Just step on them.
No, I'd step on them, yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead.
We love you, little Chuckums.
Yeah. Back 50 years ago, they were able to have a pool and beer drinking contest.
Hey.
So maybe we should bring that back. And Henry Joe's, does he have a new question? No, it's the same question about a bridge. You gotta go check it out, though. We're not gonna tell you.
No.
Murray may know the answer. Praha's coming up. It's on a Friday this year. I don't know if we're getting plates at the office. Sometimes we do. Most of the time we don't. No, I'm kidding. We do. We normally do, but most of the time it's on a day that we're here. I'll tell you
one person that will get a plate.
Henry Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
He likes it. Congratulations to the girl that graduated from the Naval Academy. Read all about her. I want to send a special shout out to the two Howitzel girls that played with Columbus that got to the World Series and won the Junior League World title. What an experience and a great opportunity. And I know that technically you went up to the Columbus team, but you represented Howittsville well, and you also represented the state of Texas well. So congratulations. Chuck, he actually got out of the office and went and did some pictures at football practice and volleyball. Best of luck to all the schools in the area as they started this week. It was hot one for sure. You can see all about people receiving donations and awards, and send those in. We will do our best to always get them in the paper. A large Bluta family reunion picture appears, and read about their reunion.
6-column picture of family.
6 whole column. Larry Joe tells you that it's been hot with little rain in July, but we've had some now in August. It got really scary. What day was that, Murray? Monday? When I was scared?
Well, Sunday was real hot. I don't know.
But what day was it thundering when we were here?
Oh, I think that was Monday.
I do,
yeah. That was pretty good storm.
And tax-free holiday, are you going shopping?
No, but I'm sure my wife will.
Well, I hope she enjoys it. I absolutely try to avoid it all the time. But the end of the beginning of school got here super fast, and I haven't taken my daughter shopping. So guess who has to go?
All right.
So wish me the best of luck.
Well, that's one thing about it. When you're senior citizens, you don't have to school shop anymore.
It's true.
Because they're shopping for their kids or grandkids or whatever.
All right, and Gonzalez Healthcare, we always thank them for their ad. Let's go to Moulton, Murray.
Let me take this sip of coffee and wash it down.
Okay.
I think a lot of that's repetitive. We've got the Praha picnic and coming up. And then we have Sheriff Greenwell and I believe it's the district attorney of DeWitt County coming to speak to the Republican women. I noticed that you grabbed my picture of Sheriff Greenwell. And I don't blame you because it's a lot better than the other one, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw the other one. I just saw yours.
But we've got some leftover stuff from the Moulton Jamboree.
I mean, these guys were pulling an actual tractor.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You know, I never did find out how they decided if somebody won something. I guess it's like a tug of war. Yeah. I guess they got a line, and I don't think there's enough people to stop a tractor from winning, but it's a big thing, and they enjoy doing it, and God bless them. I'm glad they have a lot of fun with it. And we had the old Shiner Hobo Band performed at the Jamboree. And then we have some winners and all on the front page, and had a story about the Cold Theater.
Do you think their chili has potatoes and beans, or just beans, or no beans?
Well, I don't know. That's a big discussion because I never found anybody putting potatoes in chili until I moved to Lavaca County. But everywhere I ever lived, it was either chili or chili and beans. But I've never eaten any with potatoes, to be honest with you.
Maybe I'll make us some. See how it is.
That'd be great. We can try that.
This week I made you food. You didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. She made some spaghetti, and it was really good. I had to add the ketchup like I always do.
That was sad.
But that wasn't because chili wasn't any good, and I added...
Chili? I made spaghetti.
I'm sorry, we were talking about chili.
Yeah.
Old men lose train of thought real quick.
I have to really listen to him. He keeps me on my toes.
But anyway, when you think of putting ketchup on chili, you shouldn't get... When my wife makes it, I put picante sauce on it. But, and a little Tony Chachere's that I put on everything. But think about the ketchup as being tomato sauce, because it's the same thing, basically. But anyway, Michelle, it was good, and I totally enjoyed it. And I think Clayton Kelly with 2 E's enjoyed it.
Yeah, he already had lunch and then decided to have his second lunch with my spaghetti. It's great. I brought it for everyone. I'm glad they enjoyed. Maybe next week will be chili week.
Did anybody not eat it?
Chuck Groff did not eat it.
Well,
oh, and I don't think Henry ate any. Did he? I
don't know. He had already been to lunch, but
that didn't stop Clayton.
They usually don't slow them down, either one of them. But anyway, it was good.
What is Henry talking about? Moulton Farm Bureau.
Oh, he's just bragging about the Farm Bureau. And I did want to mention something about that Rest Easy dock that's underneath that. And I wrote that, or I didn't write it. I picked it up, press release, basically because we have quite a few folks from Gonzales that read the Moulton paper. And this press release is about Dr. Graham from over in Gonzales that had Graham Land and Cattle. And the Ag Commissioner, Sid Miller, thought a lot of Dr. Graham, and he wrote a little press release about it. So you folks from Gonzales might enjoy reading that. And other than that, we have the schools schedules and coming back, and then we have a big article about keeping kids safe, driving, and all that. And basically, I think we have that in most all of our papers about school starting and about driving safely and watching out.
Right, and there's complimentary health screening being offered by Lavaca Medical Center, so that's always important if you haven't been to the doctor or have no insurance or anything like that. This is a great opportunity to get in and just get checked. I know it's scary to find out that something could be wrong, but we are in a very advanced medical time where if something is wrong, they could keep you going for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, a lot of times too is like you said, they'll catch something that if you didn't have it checked, which could be a lot worse. So, yeah, that's a good point to make. And I have a column in here that didn't get in Moulton last week because I didn't have room for it, and it's just a little story about my hunting adventures years and years ago. And I used my headline this time that I like. So anyway, you hunters out there might enjoy reading about that.
Have you ever put that in the campsite chatter one?
No, it hasn't. But if it ever is, that's what we'll use.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I would like it to go in there because I think if it got missed in this, it would be
welcome to
great.
use it.
Car show winners, check them out. And
that was speaking of that car show winner. I had a lady the same day that we went to press asked me if in future issues could I get that in there, and I had already put it in there. And I wrote her back. I said it'll be in today's paper. So
that was good timing.
How about them little girls up there?
They are so cute. I love yellow. Someone told me that the color yellow is an anxious color. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can.
Can you believe that's my favorite color?
And some people even paint their toes that color.
That would be me. Doesn't make me anxious, or maybe it
Now
does.
that picture there, did you say that there was a young lady from Moulton in that picture, or
Yeah.
do we not know for sure?
I think one or two, yes. One for sure.
Okay, well that's great. That's what I was hoping for, that we would get it. We couldn't run the whole article; it was too large. But I was hoping that we would get the picture in there, and with Michelle and Annie's help, I think we did pick one that has the little girl in it.
And congratulations, y'all are
You
cute,
bet.
and I know y'all worked hard to get there.
You bet. Okay, we're going to jump on now down and take the drive down to Yoakum and see what Nadine and Allison are up to. What you got?
Well, they had some wind damage, so see where that happened and what happened. It's always, God's way of reminding you that there are some things that are just unstoppable and out of our control.
Right.
And weather is one.
Well, did I see there that they had a new softball field?
They're working on it,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So the construction has begun, and it looks like dugouts for the home and visitors on the first and third baseman is what the picture is of. So, and we got some pictures of the first day of practice. Looks like Nadine got out of her office this
All
week
right,
too.
Nadine, good for you.
Good job, Nadine. And then new teachers. New teachers are just as fun and just as excited as new students. So be kind to them. They're nervous, right?
You bet.
We have two obituaries, Raymond Cowan and Gregory Lerma. Condolences to their family. We also have, what is this? A teacher trade show. Read about that. And Teely Cooper, which is a funeral home there in Yoakum, welcomes a new funeral director. So learn a little bit about him. More football start. The Tom Tom Royalty won in the parade. They went in. This article about Father Charles Crum was in, I think, Shiner last week. But if you missed it or you want to read it again, it is now in the Yoakum paper.
Is that somebody you knew or not?
I actually did know him. When my grandfather was sick, I was in second grade, and he basically spent the whole summer in the Yoakum hospital until he passed away. And his room was kind of catty-corner to the one that Father Crom lived in. And we used to go to the chapel downstairs that he had mass at for church a lot. So I actually did know him. And I'll be honest, as a kid, this sounds really mean. I know it does. But I think that's where my mom taught me a lot about acceptance and understanding. But he used his chin. No one sees me pointing at my chin but you. But he used his chin to move his wheelchair.
Oh,
And
wow.
then he had a trachea that helped him breathe, so he would have to throw his head back to get that air. And so, I mean, as a kid, that was a little scary and alarming because it's not something you saw every day.
Right.
But of course, by the end of summer, I was very adjusted to seeing him, and he was always very, very kind and just a great presence. I think a very calming presence in the hospital. And so, he definitely suffered a lot, but he brought so many peace that I don't think he even probably knew that. So.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you got that experience, even though you were young.
I was only in second grade. But I mean, my mom talked to me a lot about how he got sick with polio and how it's something that happened, that it's nothing to be scared of, that he just has to do things a little bit differently than the rest of us. Did you know him?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No. Yeah, we all have classifieds too. We have to remember that. Like I always say, what I say, Michelle? I find something you didn't know you needed.
Yeah, you got it really fast.
All right.
There's going to be an alligator hunt. I actually did not get this in my paper. I ran out of room, but check it out because, I mean, how cool is it to go hunt alligator?
Yeah, well.
Is it cool? I mean, we know your experience.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I wasn't hunting him either, but there he was. No, I was reading that too, and I was wondering, what are the safety protocols?
I don't know.
Because
It says they do have to have a hunting license and completed a hunter education course. and an adult has to come to accompany them. And you have to be the ages of 14 to 17. So I guess I could...
Yeah, well, that's better.
My daughter's fixing to turn 14 before this, so if I get her in Hunter education, I guess I could be the adult that accompanied her.
Ooh.
Or do you want to take her, Murray? Since you have such experience.
I'll tell you what, after what I heard this morning over a little bug, I don't know if you need to be around alligators.
Probably not. At least I would scare them away.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And Yoakum had their picnic, and there's a little bit of information about how that went. Picnics are always fun, right?
Alrighty, well, let's jump on over to one of your favorite newspapers, the Shiner Gazette.
Yes, and Clayton interviewed the new principal at the Shiner Catholic School, so learn a little bit more about her plans and her hopes and dreams. New jobs, you always have big hopes and dreams. I know I did when they came here, and then Murray was like, meh. No, I still have big hopes and dreams. And they're still like, meh.
How about, wait a minute.
What? I missed
How about
something?
the Half Moon Holidays report?
Oh, yes. That was given by someone very intelligent and smart.
Oh, yeah.
And amazing. Attending city council meetings has only happened to me in the last 2 to 3 years now. I had never attended one, so I had no clue what they were about. But now I seem to go to them more frequently. But I was able to tell everyone the success that the chamber had with Half Moon Holidays and how the community event will continue on. And we're very excited to do new things. And I ate a lot of barbecue. It was fun.
All right.
So, all good. And we're going to be having a Halloween event, so I will be telling y'all more about that. So
right.
It got approved, and I'm very excited about it, because Halloween falls on a Friday night. Well, in Texas on a Friday night in October, there's not much fun Halloween going on. So we're going to make sure that there's something for the kids to do before.
You think the football fans will be in the stadium with their costumes on?
It could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the closest you're going to get, probably.
Well, Henry Joe Yashek wears his mask year-round.
He does not. Henry had a rough week. He had a little truck trouble and no food on Mondays
his battery cables were dirty. He just needs to clean his cables every now and then.
Alrighty. And we have an obituary, Ms. Leona Tessar. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but condolences to her family. We're going to keep going. Mark does another look at a former Shiner athlete that's went on to play baseball at Sam Houston. So see how his season went. And volleyball and football, Mark got out of his little hole too. All these people are getting out this week.
Time to go to work.
Work is back.
Time to go to work.
And then we have, of course, Gonzalez Healthcare. So.
All right. We appreciate all our advertisers. That's what pays our salary, and we certainly appreciate it. We're going to move on over now to our good friend Nicole Smith and part-time guest host on this podcast.
I know.
And see what she's got going on.
She wrote a story about kind of the aftermath of the flood in Kerr County. And so read about that. I love the story at the bottom. It's about a former queen that now holds court. And that is a former Luling Thump queen who is now the head volleyball coach at Luling. So learn about her.
They have an article too on the devices in school, don't they? Powering down.
Oh yes, right here, powering down the personal devices. So it's a big thing. It will be a big change for a lot of schools. So their view on tax-free weekend is that Texans are estimated to save $133.2 million, which is a lot of money, right? This is the dress code where I saw, how did they have it written? Hair and piercings. Hair must be clean and not distracting, and only small nose or septum piercings are allowed. No other facial piercings are permitted.
What about tattoos? Does it have anything about that?
Let's read another. No sunglasses indoors unless medically required. No trench coats or inappropriate visible tattoos.
Okay.
So you can have them, they just can't be inappropriate. And fall sports preview will be coming. So if you want to take out an ad, definitely contact us. And that goes for all the papers, except Moulton.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't really have fall sports.
No, we don't really. We don't play football,
But they do run cross country, so best of luck. They probably started running this week.
They usually crank out some pretty good basketball teams.
That's for sure. So there was a co-ed softball game. Read about that. And of course, Nicole, she's always out and about, so I won't say she got out, but she did go and get a picture of volleyball that started practice. They're doing that community section where someone sends in from the community about something going on or something they see, which is interesting. If you're a Luling resident, you would definitely want to partake in reading that. And that's about it.
I got a question.
All right.
I don't know about Texas, and I don't know about all these sports, but do they have schools that are playing flag football, like for the girls?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either, but it seems like I read somewhere that someplace, some other state perhaps, that they did have flag football for girls that were actually in the high school. But anyway, that sounds like that'd be fun. All right, well, we're going to do now what you all been waiting for.
All right.
The good old sandwich question and phone content question that Michelle posed. And
I just feel like it didn't get as much attention as I wanted.
well, I think the sandwiches got more attention than the phone.
Yeah.
But that wasn't that questions that you and Nicole came up with last week when I wasn't here?
Yeah, so you don't think they were good enough or what?
No, I didn't say that. I just said that's when I first heard about it.
I may have to repost it. My internet's not doing so well right now.
Oh, no.
I know, right?
The good old technology once again. Can you get that through your cell phone data or not?
Let me see if I... Talk about something, Murray. Don't make me nervous.
Well, it's ironic that we were just talking about devices and all that, and then here right off the bat, the old internet lets us down.
Here we go.
But did you get it back?
Yeah, let me get to it.
Yeah. Maybe when you got up and left the room, you got closer to a cell phone tower.
I think so. All right. So, this is a tomato sandwich. And it seems like, just by talking around the office, some people ate them. You said your mom used to.
My mom loved them, and it had to be with Hellman's mayonnaise. I love tomatoes, but I don't like mayonnaise. And I had posted it there that I didn't care much for, or I didn't eat tomato sandwiches, but I definitely eat tomatoes. Who else was?
Let's see. Let's go to all comments. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Let me get up again. Keep talking.
Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. And somebody said one time, maybe it's not the technical difficulty, but the nut behind the wheel.
No. Never. Okay, so Murray was the first one to comment. He said, my mother loved these with mayonnaise. I love tomatoes and hate mayo. No way would I eat a tomato sandwich. So even if I made it to try next week.
If I could take the tomatoes out and put salt on them, I'd eat them. You bet.
Miyako said that Murray Montgomery, when I was young, it was mayo, and when I discovered homemade mayonnaise, I realized I was missing something delicious. I can eat both. At our home, we buy both, so it is a choice. When Whataburger came out with their specialty mayo and ketchup, that was prized by the kids. Lettuce, Josie Ohnheiser said, lettuce, layer it with tomatoes, cucumbers, tuna, low salt, maybe little salt, black pepper, roll it and eat it like a sandwich. It's delicious. Should we try it, Murray?
Everybody's got their own technique, that's for sure.
Murray was very kind and said his favorite sandwich is the one I made for him. That's so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole, she does not like raw tomatoes, so this sandwich would just sit on her plate. Miyako also said that it was a go-to when we didn't have much to eat in the house was just bread and mayo or bread and butter. I love tomatoes, so for my enjoyment, tomatoes go with most everything. Mayo, lettuce, and a choice of protein, tuna, hamburger, turkey, or ham. And don't forget the pickles. Jimmy and Marcy said just tomato and bread is a no-go for, I would say this is Jimmy, for him. But place sandwich meat or bacon with it sounds great. D Park said, Grisby said, my all-time favorite is a peanut butter and raspberry jelly. Raised on it and still eat it about 5 times a week. That's a pretty high percentage.
That's my old classmate. Yeah.
Nicole's favorite sandwich is a club sandwich with extra crispy bacon. And then you found a video.
Yeah, I did.
Some man enjoying his tomato sandwich.
Yeah, he was I don't know if he was a hillbilly grandpa or what he was, but...
it's funny, you should watch it.
So then we're going to go, to the telephone thing?
Yeah, but, I really think I have to repost. But, it's how many photos you have in your phone, on your camera roll. And mine is 66,087.
Oh, right.
Well, that was as of Monday or whenever I posted it. Nicole had 220 and the rest are on the cloud. Murray has 25, the rest are on the cloud. 19 photos and 4 videos. Are you nuts?
Huh.
That's way too organized. And my friend Sarah, she was close. She has 48,418.
All right. Well, maybe you need to tell everybody that's listening to this podcast that you are going to repost that.
Yes, and so since Monday, 66,000, what was it, 57?
Yeah,
now I'm at 66,106. So I've taken 56 photos since
you put
Monday.
anything in the cloud?
Not really. I mean, sort of.
How much do you think your phone will hold?
I don't know. I hope a lot more. There's just always something I need.
Oh, yeah.
Or want.
I like to keep mine limited, where if I need to get to something quicker, I don't have to go to the cloud and all that, but I don't take that many, so that'll work.
So I'm fixing to be a grandma again.
Are you?
Any day. She just said she's unfortunately a little upset because she's scheduled, if it does not come, to go in next Wednesday, which for my other 2 grandkids and for my daughter is the first day of school. So kind of not fun because it's going to be hard for us to get up there. It'll be a hard day for a mom to go have a baby when you want to be with your babies going to school. So maybe the baby will come this weekend. But we're excited. And of course, we hope for a safe delivery and a healthy baby.
That's the main thing.
But aren't you going to say it? Don't you have some news?
Well, yeah.
Go for it, Murray. Murray's having a baby.
I told you I said he was having twins. But anyway, no, we found out last weekend that we're going to be great grandparents.
I feel like you just did that to outdo me.
No.
That's kind of rude.
No. But, yeah, I think it's still about 8 months away, but 9 months, whatever. But we're excited about it. My wife is really excited about it, and I am too. But
are y'all going to think of new names?
I think they picked a name, but I'm not going to share that right now because they might decide to change it.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, we're excited about it, and I just wish we lived closer where we could, be there, be around them and everything. But 80 miles ain't too far, I guess. But we're excited, and it's something very new to us, because our kids were a little late in having their babies, so our grandkids are already grown, and we've already went through all that, but it's an exciting time.
Can't wait.
You bet. Well, what else you got before we go? We're getting on up there.
That may be it. This is it. Did we go over 30 minutes?
Yeah, too far.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right, go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Well, I hope everyone has a great week. Pray that I live through this shopping experience I'm about to partake in. Plus, my husband's going.
All right.
It's going to be rough.
So he's probably doing that to keep you from spending too much money.
Yeah. Why would you even think I would spend too much money? Anyway, hope everyone, whatever you do this weekend, which for most people is their last weekend before school starts, I hope it's memorable and great and have some fun with it. Enjoy your time. It goes by way too fast.
You bet. All right, well, folks, remember that you can see all these newspapers online, as well as your subscription. And what are those rates again, Michelle? You know.
It's $50 a year. If you're over 65, it'll come down to $49, and that's for Houseville, Shiner, and Yoka. It's all the same. And then it is $45 for Moulton with a discount. And I don't know what Lulings is. I'm sorry.
I threw that question off guard. You did.
I'm new here.
Yeah, what, 3-4 years? 2?
3. Almost 3. 3 in October.
Well, anyway, folks, enjoy your weekend and take in when is the Praha picnic? That's on
The
Friday?
15th, next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. Well, keep that in mind. And be safe when you go back to school and drive safely and watch for the kiddos. And
Murray, you didn't say anything about how my hair looks since I got it done.
well, I'm not trying to milk out time like you normally do, but it looks wonderful.
You're just mad because you don't have hair.
You're right.
Whatever. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.